Hi, my name is Mr. Wilde, and for today's project I'm going to show you how to store your box or store a project that perhaps is getting a little bit on the dry side. So if you look, what you see here is a clay box, a clay slab box, a little cardboard base, some paper towels, just a spray bottle, and then a bag. And oftentimes what we want to avoid just spraying the project directly, especially if it's gotten a little bit too dry, and if we have a stream on the sprayer, it can actually damage the surface of the clay. And so what I'm going to do first is I'm going to take the project, set it on the base. It's always a little bit easier to move the project around when it's sitting on the base. Next, I'm just going to take some of the paper towels and I'm just going to spray them. You don't necessarily want the water dripping, but you do want some water on there. And then what you're going to do is you're just going to set the paper towel on. And you do want to see, like the paper will get a little bit transparent, and you can see through it, and you can see that it's getting the surface of the clay just a little bit wet. Now that there's paper on the side of the clay, I don't mind spraying, because again, the stream from the sprayer is, well, there's a paper barrier so that it's not hitting the clay directly. Alright, so I'm just going to do this with a couple more paper towels. And it's okay for the paper towels to be layered on top of each other. But again, I'm just looking and making sure that all surfaces of the clay are still getting some moisture to them. If your project is absolutely bone dry, you've probably waited a little too long. You can attempt it, but there's a really good chance that it's not going to work. Again, bone dry is kind of that final stage of drying. And oftentimes if you get bone dry clay wet, it's just going to dissolve on you. So I'm just sucking up a little bit more water, using the paper towel kind of like a sponge. And again, just making sure that all those surfaces are getting some moisture. All right, so the next thing to do is get your project and slide it inside a bag. Fold over the bag. If you have a little twisty tie, you can tie it closed. I usually add a little bit of twist there, and then I'll let the weight of the clay keep that bag shut.